This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global.
Sponsored by William Hill.
Nice one, Frank.
That's right.
Where are we? We're in Providence, America, Rhode Island. Hometown of Demetrius Andrade, obviously defending his world title against Selby. Got a bit heated today between them two.
Yeah, it was quite entertaining. Spicy press conference, I think they said. You had that and the fight. I think that will get tomorrow away, and that will be interesting.
I wasn't here at the workout yesterday, but apparently him and was going like this.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you can't see what he was doing.
What you do?
This. Yeah. Like it's not that easy. So yeah, tomorrow should be quite entertaining. And then Saturday night we're expecting like 7,000 people. So it's good. It's a good crowd.
What's it hold? Dunkin' Donuts.
It's
8,
bigger.
9,000?
Yeah. You can. We've set it up for about 7,000, just over that. So it'll be packed out.
Okay. Also, sort of a random one to land here, but you've got an Aussie and a Kiwi going at it.
I know.
Clash. Joseph Parker, matchroom debut.
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, we've worked with Joseph twice now. When he fought Anthony in Cardiff, and then when he fought Dillian. He's great to deal with. Him and all of his team and family and everyone. We've always got on really well, so it's good to have him as part of the team. And I think he's 27. And you think, again, one of those people who's done so much already at an early stage of their life, it's going to be really exciting to get that journey, back on track and back to fighting for those world titles.
Only man with a win over the current unified heavyweight world champion. No one else can say that.
No.
Yeah, it's mad how things change.
How it all turns around, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't feel like before we get onto this Twitter Q&A that we always do for some reason in the States. Well, I don't think we've discussed much since that Joshua loss. I know Coogan done a bit at, was it Golovkin Rolls?
Yeah.
It would have been. That was a quick one. How have you sort of, been? Because
do you know what I did? I think I did an interview with you afterwards, didn't I? Or Coogan, straight after the fight.
It
was with you.
You said I don't know what to say.
No, and someone said, "Looks like you've been crying," and it was like, "No, just haven't slept for about 7 days." But the comments below that were quite funny. Look, it is what it is, isn't it? It happens. It's the sport we're in. I think there's such a sort of thing on defeats, but in every other sport, it happens every week to people. And in boxing, it's sort of people never want to lose that O. But it's the sport we're in, and I think he's gonna come back stronger, and he's gonna learn a lot, obviously, from it, and changes the whole dynamic. It's the only thing he can focus on now, isn't it? In the past, and you saw it in the fight week of that show. All it was when are you going to fight Wilder? When are you going to fight Fury? When are you going to fight Wilder? When are you going to sit down with Whereas this time it's that, isn't it? It's that fight. He's got to win that fight. That's his sole focus. I'm not saying he took his eye out, but I think subconsciously, when everyone else is talking to you about everything else, it's like anything. It's very difficult to then get that out of your head. But it's going to be it's the biggest fight in world boxing, that rematch.
Do you reckon it's bigger than the trilogy between Canelo and Golovkin?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I mean, even here, people come up like, "Oh, you see their bruises?"
Oh, really?
Yeah, like yesterday at the workout. People who didn't know that we were involved, but it's, no, look, it's obviously it wasn't an ideal result, but for the sport of boxing, and I think American boxing, it was great. It was on the front page. It was front page news everywhere. And now AJ's got to come back and get those belts back, and he's going to be working. You know what he's like? He's a hungry guy. He's going to be giving it 110% to regain those belts.
During that time period of Joshua's loss, obviously before that we had Wilder's spectacular knockout in Brazil, and after that we had Tyson Fury taking Tom Schwartz out in 2 rounds. So there seems to be, in terms of public opinion, a shift. Maybe people like Joshua's number 1. I mean, it was very opinionated before anyway, but now it seems like, obviously the Ring magazine put Fury at number 1, Wilder at number 2, Ruiz at 3, and Joshua 4. That seems to be most people's thing. Obviously Dylan White's in the mix as well. But how do you think he's going to cope with sort of the public perception, not having him maybe as the number 1 now? Do you think that'll affect him anyway?
I think it takes a bit of pressure off you, to be fair.
So it's going to.
I don't know. I mean, I think so. You know, because before that, all it is everyone like, you're number one. You're the best out there. You're the best out there. That's all everyone's saying to you. Now it's like, well, you know, now we think, as you say, in the ring, number 4. You know, that probably takes some pressure off you. But these things change like that, and it's styles, isn't it? Styles of fights. Like, he could go in there and fight Wilder and beat Wilder, and then he's number. You know, it's just opinion, really, isn't it? So, you know, he'll be back. And I do, as I say, I do believe it probably takes the pressure off you a little bit.
Talking about opinions, a lot of people believe. Before the fight, actually, a lot of people said that Ruiz is a bad style for Joshua. Obviously, that proved to be correct.
I think Ruiz is a bad style for a lot of people. I think he's very, very, you know, even speaking to Joseph Parker's team yesterday, and they were saying when they fought Ruiz, you know, they saw the start, you know, it was a tough test.
Well, many people say he beat him, actually.
Yeah. But, you know, I think it's just too many people judged him on his body shape, obviously, and still will do now. But Ruiz is a great fighter, as he showed that night. So.
And don't judge fat people.
No. We're nice people too.
Oh, you admit you are. I was sort of like, well, when I spoke to, where was it? It would have been Maryland. I said, have you like lost weight or something?
Do I look like I put it back on?
I didn't say anything, but maybe you read my.
It's the colour t-shirt, mate.
Oh yeah, if you had a black top on.
Yeah, I would be alright.
Then you'd be alright.
Sorry, mate, I'll just air it out a little bit. The training regime has gone a bit. Do you know what happened? Do you remember seeing that video? You guys put it out on your channel of me getting laid out by Eddie.
Yeah.
That. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Don't know that. For about 3 weeks after that, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't run. Not well. Like, I'd be on a running machine and it would be hurting me. It's just gone now. The pain.
Is that a reflection of sort of how?
I think it's just. No, I think it's just the way where he caught me. I think he got lucky, to be honest.
Right, we might as well crack on with this.
We've got 61 questions apparently, of which 60 are. How many you got?
80 now.
Do you work here?
No, sorry.
Okay.
What would you like though?
I just want to know if that was.
We got married in that room.
Yeah,
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Is that the
That's
dining
quite-
room? Do you know if that
I
was?
don't. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you.
But congratulations on getting married
Yeah, thanks.
and still being together.
Yeah, long time.
Long time.
Long time.
See you later.
Bye.
That was pretty random, wasn't it?
I know.
Okay. Well, yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Whoever they were. Wow. Okay. I don't. Shall I even ask this? When he next Eddie Hearn, does he use tongue?
Back in the day, I used to, not so much anymore.
How likely is it that Matchroom and Eubank Jr. will work together again?
Yeah. Look, I obviously have a connection with the Eubank family.
Do you?
Yeah, apparently. No, I've always wanted to work with Chris Eubank Jr. I think he's a great fighter. Yeah, anything's possible. You know what it's like in this sport. Anything's possible. Things like this could happen. He's obviously, I think he's signed with AHMED, but you know, hopefully down the road, we could do something. Let's see what happens. But I think he's a very talented fighter, and what he did in his career with sort of little instruction from a boxing sense, or not, you know, as he said openly, without having a trainer, is very impressive, and he's still very young. So maybe one day.
Frank Smith is clearly the mastermind behind Matchroom. Why doesn't he do more interviews? Who is his favourite next-gen fighter? So on the first one, I think you do a fair amount of interviews.
I do now. Me and you, we've come together. It's Eddie and Coogan, me and you. I don't think I'm the mastermind. I just Dr. E. I sit in the corner and hide away. I like to be a bit shy. Who's my favourite next-gen fighter? Conor Bim impressed me the other night.
Very entertaining.
Yeah, and that's what people want. He said it afterwards that, you know, people will moan that he got caught, but then they want to be entertained, and it's like, you know, it's part and parcel of it, isn't it? I mean, not ideal in every fight to go out there, but I think he's learning a lot, and he showed his improvements on last Friday.
Definitely. Is the matchroom stable too big now? A few fighters over the last year have been a little inactive.
I don't think so. I don't think, we've got a lot more fight nights now. I think we're doing close to just under 50 shows a year we'll do this year.
Got one tomorrow?
Yeah, got one in Italy tomorrow, in Milan. Yeah, I mean, you look at it, we've got Milan tomorrow, we've got Rhode Island Saturday, we've got Manchester the following week, we've got Rome after that, we've got the O2, we've got Dallas. It's every week. So I don't believe so. Obviously there's certain reasons some fighters don't, may have been out, injuries, etc., other things, bits and pieces, but I think fighters are staying active, and I think us growing and building as a business is only good for the fighters because it gives them more opportunities to learn and go and it's like Othar Jones coming to the UK the other week. It's like Jamie McDonald fighting in Italy this week. Calgary Fire coming out here. I think it just gives them more opportunities.
Just a word actually on Manchester. Obviously people are quite frustrated, understandably so, because Bollockless, I think Eddie said, was supposed to headline, but he's been quite active and he didn't want to do it, and then you're just sort of waiting on an announcement. Obviously he had a pull-out with Fitzy, but that fight got sorted.
I think a replacement fight there is a good fight, Fowler and Ropes.
Oh no, it's a brilliant fight, yeah, great fight, and obviously Paulie in a good test as well, and the winner's going to be mandatory for that European title against Ivan Garbu, so that's interesting. But Eddie said there's one more fight obviously to be announced, like a big fight. We're still waiting on that. When do you think we can get confirmation?
Hopefully in the next few days. Obviously it's just round the corner. Hopefully in the next couple of days. But as you say, the Bollockless stuff, Bollockless was going to headline that show. He boxed end of March, beginning of June, and I think after that fight he felt like he needed a period out, but a little rest. So it is what it is. But we're working on things, and we understand where people are coming from, obviously.
Who would win in a battle to the death between Frank, Joshua? Okay, hang on. All right, okay, I'll get it. Who would win in a battle to the death between Joshua and Coogan v Eddie? What? This question is bizarre. Let me get this properly.
People don't know how to use commas and things, do they?
Yeah. Like, is it just me being a complete idiot, or?
Who would win in a battle to the death between Frank, Joshua, Coogan?
Is he just saying a free
Coogan, Eddie, White and UMAR. Yeah, basically.
Well, I think Joshua's in a fair shout in that one, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, out of those 6 names, I'd have White and Joshua, but in the last two there, to be honest. I think I'd bow out. I'd tap out quite early.
I would as well.
Yeah,
Eddie and Coogan, I think.
I think Eddie and Coogan, I think everyone would just go for, I don't know. Me and you we could just have a little muck around in the corner, and then strange question.
Who are your 3 closest people in the boxing world? Well, I'm guessing the Eubanks are going to feature in this one.
In the boxing world, my girlfriend. She's very close to
very much in the boxing
world.
Yeah,
she's very much in the boxing. She's working. She's your colleague, isn't she? I'm close to her. She loves boxing, so that helps. That I go home and she talks to me about boxing. Eddie, I'm obviously very close to. Get a lot of stick for that one. Third in the boxing world. I don't know.
Have you got a fighter that you're closest to?
I'm quite close with quite a lot of the fighters. The younger guys. I think like when they were coming, people like Josh Campbell, Yafai very close with. All those guys. When they signed with us, I used to at the start I was taking them to medicals and things like that. So a lot of the younger fighters. I think there's a lot of people in that. It's hard to put it down to 3.
Fair enough. Okay, another one about Eubank back at Matchroom. Will Frank and Eddie do goggle box like the Eubanks?
I don't think I have the star appeal. So Eddie might do it. Eddie and Bazza. They should have gone on it.
Yeah, that would be good TV. Does Frank think he could smash up Heavy D in the boxing room? What a random question.
No, when I had that charity fight, I did. Heavy D boxed the same night against Lewis Bloor.
Oh, of course.
Was it Lewis Bloor?
Yes, Lewis Bloor. Yeah.
And Lewis Bloor actually did a number on him, which I was surprised, just because of the size of Heavy D. So, I don't know, he looks like a big puncher, Heavy D. I think Coogan should fight Heavy D.
That was supposed to happen, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, it's been talked about.
That's the fight. Coogan, Heavy D. Put the pressure on him to make it happen.
You've had this one before, I think. What's your meal deal of choice?
Munster Munch, pickled onion, bottle of water, and a ham and coleslaw sandwich.
Yeah, that's the exact same.
Is that the same?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. Would you benefit from doing internal tournaments, even if it was just the UK? Will make lesser fights more meaningful and help the rise of UK talent being known to the viewers. Internal tournaments.
I think they mean like sort
Just
of
amateur fighters.
or like tournaments. I think tournament style within boxing is always difficult.
Injuries.
As we've seen, like I mean WBSS have been alright, but they had it a bit at the end of last year with the Grove stuff.
Barrett Taylor had problems.
So it's always difficult, to be honest. I do like the concept's great, but you've got to be very lucky that you continuously can deliver and people aren't injured, etc. But yeah, I like the concept, but I think you don't even need to do tournaments. We just as we've shown, we're putting fighters in together, and we'll carry on doing that.
What's the maximum rent boy salary?
Shall I ring Eddie? Find out. It's low, so I wouldn't do it if I were you.
Okay.
Are you missing out all the bad ones?
Yeah, like ones I can't say, I'm just going to leave out. Why have Matchroom never tried to sign either Andrew Selby or Hughie Fury? Both are quality, yet could benefit from exposure on Sky.
I think Hughie Fury's always been with Hennessy, hasn't he?
He has, from the start.
From the start, yeah. So.
Unless he tries to poach him.
Yeah, no. I think he's always been with Hennessy
Andrew
and Andrew Selby. We've spoken about it. Now, obviously, we promoted Lee at one point, and then he went with Heyman, but it's never really come to fruition, to be honest. In all honesty.
Okay, fair enough.
He's a very talented fighter. He just signed with MTK.
Yeah. It's like one of the most sort of, in terms of talent.
I didn't see his fight because he lost against the guy who's now the mandatory for Charlie Edwards.
Martinez. Yeah.
I didn't see whether he won or I didn't actually watch the fight. I think we had a show the same night.
You did?
Yeah.
I can't remember what show it was.
It was in Cardiff, wasn't it? We were in Cardiff.
Cardiff, what was that for?
It was in August. Was it in August? Or I don't know. Whatever. But I don't know what happened in that fight. Whether he won
No,
it.
he got stopped to the body.
Oh yeah.
He did. Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, very talented.
Will you look at new venues in the UK, possibly Bristol? I guess it depends on fighters.
Depends with fighters. We want to take people to places that we can build the sport and build stars. So we're always looking for new places. They've just actually built a new one in Hull as well. We used to go to Hull often, but they built a new venue there. One in Derby as well. So yeah, there's a few new places to look at.
Okay, July 20th undercard. It's very good. But at the moment we are paying for 4 fights. One is on Facebook. When are you adding the rest? Assuming you're going to have more.
Yeah, we're going to we'll have details on that very soon. Can't say anything. I think it's a good card though. I think it's a strong card, and as I say, probably one more fight at least to go on there.
You've had another one about Heavy D. Is there something happened between you two? Okay.
I wouldn't want to fight Heavy D, to be honest. I don't think.
About the same size?
Fuck off, mate. He's a big old geezer, isn't it? Like in a good way, Heavy. Literally, by name.
I can't read that one.
Let me see. What is wrong with it? What's his name? Paul Altai. How old are you? How old is this geezer? We're not going to show the question he wrote, but can you see it?
Yeah, next to Isaac Chamberlain, obviously.
Yeah, it's not Isaac, obviously. He didn't. Maybe it's Isaac. But what is wrong with people?
As if I was going to ask that.
No, but also, what's going through your mind? What a question!
To sit there.
Yeah, I know. A perfect question.
Does he feel any pressure from the Eubanks to support their fights? So I guess we're talking about actually all of them, all the Eubanks. not just junior?
Pressure? No, not really. I support, obviously, in I've missed his last couple of fights. We had a show in Mexico when he fought the Gale. But yeah, I will always support the family. And I was at Harlem's last fight.
Oh, at
the
the
Brentwood
MTK?
Centre. Yep.
Yes, yeah, you were.
He's improving.
Yeah. I don't think this really applies to you, but Audi or Lidl?
Emily likes Audi.
She's
a massive Audi
You're
fan.
joking.
No, huge. So if Audi are watching, send some vouchers. She spends so much money on food, but healthy food.
There's a Eubank that shops at Audi.
Yeah. Apparently it's great value, it's great food, apparently.
Okay.
I'm sure it's Audi she goes to.
Are you sure it's not M&S or...
No, she doesn't like it. Yeah, it's Audi.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You were shocked by that one, aren't you?
Well, it's not...
That could be the headline, Frank Smith shops in Audi.
Oh, you shop at Audi?
No, I don't shop.
Well, yeah, I'd have to put Emily then. Emily Eubank, that would be better though, surely. Emily Eubank.
Shops in Audi.
Or I could just put a Eubank shops at Audi.
Yeah, she loves it in there.
Okay, I don't know. What do you think of Umar's career so far?
Trajectory, huge. It's just gone, he's come from in the darkness and just shot through, hasn't he? Mainly because of Ty and Booth.
Do you watch his videos?
No, but someone told me.
Yeah. No, that is true.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Time.
But he's done a good job, Umar.
Thank you.
He's constantly on it.
Well, enjoy it, so it's not like I don't feel like I'm going to work.
You sound like me.
We're lucky in that sense, to be fair. You get to do something that you enjoy, so you don't feel like going to work.
Yep.
Previous job.
What did you do before?
So I only had it for 3 months because I'm still at uni. So I was.
Well, now.
Yeah. 21. I've got 1 more year left at uni.
So, how do you do this while you're at uni?
Yeah. People ask me that. I don't know.
Have you just given up uni?
No. I don't know. I've got decent grades actually. So I've got 1 more year left. Get out of the way. I've got something in the bank.
Yeah.
But
What are you doing there?
Business management.
Oh, sweet.
Funny enough, I used to work at a nightclub for 3 months, just scanning tickets.
What nightclub?
Prison in Kingston.
Heard of it.
Used to.
Kingston upon Thames?
Yeah, that's one. Have you been there? Or?
No.
Okay.
I've heard of it though.
But one obviously got offered this job, so that went out the window.
Yeah. That's where Coogan met you, didn't he, in prison?
No, he didn't. And funny enough, it was James Elder actually I bumped into.
Was it?
Yeah. Not Coogan. Why does he never do giveaways? He needs to step up.
I did do a giveaway. When we were in New York, I did a giveaway. Take a picture of a cab.
Yeah, that's right.
I did that. What more giveaways do you want?
I don't know. Curtis has asked he needs to step up. And it's not really your job to do giveaways anyway. So.
I'll do a giveaway for an upcoming show on my Twitter soon.
Manchester would make sense, wouldn't it?
Audio 2. Win 2 tickets. Retweet this tweet and win 2 tickets. There you go. Sorry, Curtis. You could buy a ticket.
Okay, I'm not. Again, I'm not.
Let me see this one. Times. Quite a few, to be fair. I mean, another one. What is wrong with you?
Oh dear.
There's some funny people out there.
Okay, the same guy, but we can ask this one. Would he do a 3-round spar in 8 ounces with Eubank Senior to marry his daughter?
Fuck that. I think I'd last about 7 seconds. That would be between the bell ringing, meeting in the centre of the ring, and hopefully I won't have to have a fight when I ask him to marry Emily.
No one wants to hear from him. Pointless talking to him. Okay.
Who's that?
Liam Taylor.
Thank you, Liam Taylor. I mean, what are you wearing? Like jean short things?
Should we get him on?
No, let's save
No?
it. I'm fat and I'm a black. Don't worry about him. Cheers, Liam.
What's his Honest opinion on the WBC franchise champion, appears they're willing to do anything for the right amount of money. Obviously that's just a new thing. They've upgraded Canelo to a
franchise champion.
Charlo's now the full champion. It's strange.
Yes, all very odd. Don't really understand it. I think it's very confusing when it just makes it more confusing for the fans, doesn't it? Like, what is it? WBC franchise world champion, or is it just not world? I don't really understand it, to be honest.
There's a concern as well from people that they might.
Are they going to do it in all weight divisions?
This is exactly what I'm going to say. Wilder might become the franchise champion. So what happened with Dylan White in his WBC situation?
What does it mean?
Such a
Have
bad
they said
name,
what it
isn't
means?
Franchise.
Yeah, I don't get it, to be honest.
I'm sure we're going to hear more from Richard and
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to give more detail on what it actually is and what it entails.
Was there a rematch clause in the spar with Eddie?
Yeah, but I didn't want it.
Didn't even activate
No,
it?
I didn't activate the rematch clause.
Can you make Anthony Sims Jr. be Rocky Fielding?
I like that fight. That's a good fight. But I think Rocky was obviously supposed to fight on July 12th.
Injured.
Then you had the March 23rd show, Charlie Edwards defending his world title, Buatsi, Coley, Ritson, all on there. I think that's a great show. Then the 30th of March was a great show. You know, nearly sold out Echo Arena. Liam Smith's return, Fitzgerald Fowler, 20th of April, another great night. I don't think, I think people are looking at a couple of nights, and I think the focus is more the fact that fighters have come to fight in the US, but we've all openly spoken about that. There's more money for certain fighters to come to the US, right? Yeah, and it's a case that at the same time as you've got to deliver for the fighters. That's why they basically employ us, or why we work with them. We have to deliver for them. But I think there's been a couple of nights which probably pre-event I think people compare them too much about what we used to deliver on normal fight night.
Well, 2018.
Yeah, like Crawler Linares, fights like that, which were on normal fight night. But it's not always possible, and where the market's completely changed, it's not. It's just things change, don't they?
The
Things
right fees haven't changed, and
No,
the purses have gone up.
Purses have gone up, yeah. And as I say, there's the opportunities for people to come out here, and we can't stand in their way. But we understand we need to keep delivering for UK fight fans, and we will do. And we're working hard for our second half of the year schedule to make sure it's top quality.
Well, hopefully you start with Lomachenko Campbell.
Yeah.
August 31st.
Fingers
count down
crossed.
to New season.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy just wants me to show you this.
He does do some terrible facials. That was Eddie, by the way, and his facials.
Anyways, moving on. Why is every packet of crisp BB date a Saturday?
Best before.
Oh. Was that
I know. I mean,
why would you be the
how
most
would you know that?
Chris Wilson.
How does he? Maybe he works in the crisp business.
Possibly.
I don't know, mate.
Why do you
Good
ask
question.
me
That is one of the questions of life. It's actually I think about most. Quite a few, to be honest. We won't show that one either.
Nah. It's quite worrying the amount of sexual ones.
Yeah, so I think boxing fans have got to stop thinking a little bit less sexually about me.
Why is he such a melt?
I can't help it. I was born like this, and nothing's ever changed. I don't think I'm a melt, but thank you.
Have you ever thought of buying a share in a racehorse? Very random.
No, racehorses are expensive, aren't they? And they're a bit like, I think you need to know what you're doing. It's like anything. I don't really know much about racehorses, to be honest.
Can DAZN branch out to the UK so we can pay £10 a month like the Americans? It's not with DAZN.
Yeah, I don't obviously represent DAZN. Who knows what their plans are next? let's see what happens on that front. But what they're doing in the US is great. They're working very hard here, and I think they're making a real success of it.
Ask him who he likes more, Eddie or Eubank Senior, and what he thinks about the sheriff badge.
Likes more.
Can't really answer that one, can you?
I spend a lot more time with Eddie than Eubank Senior. I like the sheriff badge. Might get one myself. We all got them for Christmas.
Oh, come on, you are joking.
Yeah, I'm joking.
You never know with a Eubank, so. How does a fighter get signed up by Matchroom? Is it a bit like scouting in football?
Yeah, a little bit. We obviously have a group of people who we trust, that we work with a lot of, and a huge group of trainers as well with all our fighters. A lot of the time they bring people to us. You know, a lot of fighters we've taken from the GB setup as well, but there's other fighters from outside of that, and in the US we've got a lot of standout amateurs. But yeah, I think we've got about 100 fighters now, 110 fighters now. So we're always looking for the next up and coming top prospects as well.
Just the last one.
Is it the last one?
Well, there's more, but some of them are crap and some of them I can't really read out. There's a statement, Frank, why are you such a bollockless little twat? I'm sure you've had that one before as well.
Yeah, that was the one where people say that I don't say as much, as in like I'm a bit more sort of, yeah, we'll come like.
What do you mean?
Because you know Eddie's quite open with things, isn't he?
What, in terms of like?
He'll update on things and
Yeah,
he'll say
okay.
this, and I actually deal with a lot of detail day to day, so I have to be very cautious with what I can and can't say.
Mm.
So I'm not always like, yeah, this is that, he's getting this much money, he's doing it, like, because I think sometimes it's better just to keep a little bit in.
Definitely, you'd rather keep your job than
Yeah.
just reveal
Yeah,
it.
yeah, reveal, yeah.
Lose your job.
Yeah.
So,
So I prefer to stay out of that trouble.
call him a bollock little twat. but
Yeah,
as long as
I'm a
he's got
bollockless
job-
little twat.
But as long as he's got his job, he's alright.
Mm.
What was it? Oh yeah, the one about Isaac Chamberlain. Like, has he left Matchroom?
Yeah, he's not with. I mean, he obviously fought with us for quite a few years. I think he changed, a few members in his team changed, and they wanted to have a few fights away from like the TV. I think just keep him learning, I think was more the idea, and less pressure on him. So I'm not sure what his plans are next, but that was when I last spoke to his team. That was the thoughts process.
So like no falling out. Nothing.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Left
Get on
on
well with
good terms.
Isaac. Yeah. But he's not. I think he just wanted to have, as I say, a bit of time just to, you know, go and carry on learning, and away from the big lights and TV.
Okay.
I think.
All right, Frank. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming. I can't believe you're still in uni,
Oh.
because you're everywhere. I don't know how you get the time off of uni.
Since I started doing these trips to America, I actually finished uni, so lucky in that sense. It was.
Oh right.
Yeah. Like my first trip was Crawford Khan, then Joshua Ruiz.
We spent a lot of time together recently, haven't we?
Is that good or bad for me?
I quite like you, to be honest. Forget what everyone says on social media. I think you're a good guy.
What did I say? Yeah, I'm sure we're going to catch up after the card Saturday, see if and still for Andrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate the time.
Bollockless little twat checking out.